Hey everyone! Welcome back to QuizzifyMe Now, your go-to spot for testing your knowledge and having fun along the way. Today, we've got a super exciting challenge all about the presidents of the United States. Think you know your history? Let's find out. Hit that subscribe button and let's dive into these presidential trivia questions. Who was the first president of the United States? George Washington, Thomas Jefferson, Abraham Lincoln, John Adams. George Washington. Who was the 16th President of the United States? Abraham Lincoln, Andrew Johnson, Franklin Pierce, James Buchanan. Abraham Lincoln. Which U.S. president signed the Emancipation Proclamation? Abraham Lincoln, Ulysses S. Grant, Theodore Roosevelt, Woodrow Wilson. Abraham Lincoln. Who was the only U.S. president to serve more than 2 terms? Franklin D. Roosevelt, Theodore Roosevelt, Woodrow Wilson, Harry S. Truman. Franklin D. Roosevelt. Which U.S. president was in office during World War I? Woodrow Wilson, Franklin D. Roosevelt, Harry S. Truman, Dwight D. Eisenhower. Woodrow Wilson. Who was the 44th President of the United States? Barack Obama, Bill Clinton, George W. Bush, Ronald Reagan. Barack Obama. Who succeeded John F. Kennedy after his assassination? Lyndon B. Johnson, Richard Nixon, Dwight D. Eisenhower, Gerald Ford. Lyndon B. Johnson. Which U.S. president was a former actor before taking office? Ronald Reagan, John F. Kennedy, Franklin D. Roosevelt, Jimmy Carter. Ronald Reagan. Who was the president during the Great Depression and World War II? Franklin D. Roosevelt, Herbert Hoover, Harry S. Truman, Dwight D. Eisenhower. Franklin D. Roosevelt. Who was the first U.S. president to live in the White House? John Adams, Thomas Jefferson, George Washington, James Madison. John Adams. Which U.S. president signed the Civil Rights Act of 1964? Lyndon B. Johnson, John F. Kennedy, Richard Nixon, Harry S. Truman. Lyndon B. Johnson. Who was the 35th President of the United States? John F. Kennedy, Dwight D. Eisenhower, Lyndon B. Johnson, Richard Nixon, John F. Kennedy. Which president was the leader of the U.S. during the Cuban Missile Crisis? John F. Kennedy, Harry S. Truman, Lyndon B. Johnson, Franklin D. Roosevelt. John F. Kennedy. Who was the 22nd and 24th President of the United States? Grover Cleveland, Benjamin Harrison, William McKinley, William Howard Taft. Grover Cleveland. Who was the first U.S. president to be impeached? Andrew Johnson, Richard Nixon, Bill Clinton, Franklin Pierce. Andrew Johnson. All right, folks, that wraps up today's presidential trivia challenge. How'd you do? Think you've got what it takes to be a true history buff? Let us know in the comments. If you had a blast, make sure to give us a thumbs up and share this quiz with your friends. And hey, if you haven't subscribed yet, now's the perfect time to join the QuizzifyMe Now family for more trivia fun. Until next time, keep those brains sharp, and we'll see you in the next challenge.